Nod your head yes. Bring your head to still. Again, make sure your weight is still even, knees are bent. Slowly roll it back up. Getting a little space between the bones. At the top, again, a couple big shoulder rolls to the back. We're gonna start standing and really wide today. I'm gonna stay back so you can see. So we're really wide with the legs, toes and knees are turned out to the sides. Make sure the knees don't collapse in, right? We wanna press them back. And let's bring the arms overhead. We're just gonna slowly stand up and right back down. And lengthening up. And then resisting gravity on the down, and really find that squeeze of your booty on the up and squeeze even more on the down. And the arms can lower as we stand. Arms lift as you lower. And just start to connect to your breath. Let's use our inhale to lower. Exhale, lift. And as you lower, can you think about going taller through the crown of your head? And then even taller on the rise. So you're trying to stay as tall as you can as you're upright, even as you lower. A few more slow before we pick up the pace. Big breath in, and big breath out. 3, 2, going to your point where you feel the work in your glutes. But now let's just move a little bit quicker. We're down, we're up, we're down, we're up. Trying to find the contraction on both the lifting and the lowering of the seat. Try to let the shoulders anchor down so they don't go up as the arms go up. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3. We'll hold it low in 2. On 1, hold it low, and little slow, small pulses. Like you've got a champagne glass on your head filled to the top, and you want to go slow enough that it's not going to wobble off your head. The arms get heavy, maybe they come down, or maybe they float up and down. Keep pushing the knees back. Make sure you're not gripping the toes. Let's get 5, 4, 3, 2. We stay low on 1. Just the left heel, pick it up, put it down. Left heel up, left heel down. Turn the palms to face up. And as the heel goes up, arms go up, heel down, arms down. Just starting to get a little heat in the body before we lie down. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to our pulses. Maybe these ones now a little bit quicker, but still with as much control. 8, 6, roll the shoulders back. 4, 3, 2, hold it low. Right heel up, right heel down. Arms up as the heel up, arms down, heel down. Every exhale, can you tighten through your waist a little bit more? Not because we're forcing it in, but because the abs naturally cinch the waist in. We've got 5, 4, almost out of this. 3, 2, 1. Lower the arms. We're just going to alternate to finish. Left heel, right heel. Lift and lower. The hips will kind of, or the knees will move a little bit, but we're trying to keep the hips still. So if you were to kind of cut in half, you wouldn't be able to tell that you're moving if I just saw you from the waist up. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll finish in center with both heels up. Little pulses to finish. 8, 7, 6. Maybe arms come up. 5, 4. We hold in 3, 2, and just hold and breathe for 5. Maybe down 1 more inch for 4, 3. 1 more inch down. 2, 1. Stand it up. Shake it out. Whew. We're going to come down onto our mats on all 4s for a little cat and cow. The hands right under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and elbows are soft. And let's look into our belly button, curl your tail under, you're pulling your abs up to the ceiling. And let the belly drop as you send the tail and chest away from each other. And just making that as big or as small as you need it to be. You can even draw some circles with the hips. You are in charge. And as we move, obviously, because I'm not there to correct you, if anything doesn't feel right, don't do it. If it feels painful, don't do it. You just kind of be intuitive and listen to your body. Now let's find right in between those 2 points. So you're in your neutral spine, belly pulling in, and without moving the left leg, just send the right leg straight back behind you. Reach it super duper long, and just let your head drop to look at your hips. If you're leaning way over to the left, see if you can stack back up. So your left hip is right over your left knee. And then keep the back of the neck long so we don't let it drop. And we're gonna extend the left arm forward. In this first part, we just hold and breathe. Like someone's got a hold of your left fingertips and someone else has a hold of your right toes and they're trying to reach them a little bit further away. And now we're gonna lower the arm and the leg and lift the arm and the leg. Inhale, exhale. I'm just thinking of this right oblique supporting you as if the right knee was there. So we're not letting the left hip fall out to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach it a little bit longer and then lower it back down. Reorganize your tabletop. Left leg extends. Take that second to square the hips off. Right leg or right arm reaches out, get a little bit longer. Let that right shoulder glide down. And now let's tap and lift. Keep pulling the ribs up into the back body. And each time squeeze in your cheek to lift the leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it at the top, reach a little bit longer, and then lower it down. Open the knees wide, find a little child's pose. Maybe rock side to side. And then we'll come forward onto our bottom. Feet on the mat. The closer your feet are to you, the more aggressive this gets. So if you want it harder, your feet are going to be closer, but start with them kind of a good distance away. Turn all that. Sit up super duper tall. And then think of still getting tall as you tuck your tail and roll back. So you're getting length as you roll back, just about halfway. Hold it back here. Curl your tail under more. And exhale right back up. Sitting up tall. Try and stay tall as you curl your tail under. Inhale to hold. Exhale back up. If you want to make it more aggressive again, right away, feet are closer and arms stay up high by your ears. Inhale back. Exhale up. We'll do that 2 more times. Just warming up the low back a bit and then the belly. We'll stay back on this one. Just like we do in class, let's flip the palms up to the sky. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, resist. Big inhale, big exhale. And as you bring the arms down, think of hollowing out your belly a little bit more. 5, 4, feel like your arms are super duper heavy. 3, 2, 1, hold it in, go back another inch, arms face in, inhale, open, exhale, close. Make sure the arms stay in front of you. If they go too far back, odds are you're gonna throw your ribs forward. You wanna keep the ribs pulling in. 5, and every time the arms come in, think of cinching your waist in. 3, 2, and 1, sit up tall. Before we go get into our meat of our work, we're gonna find a little mermaid stretch. So this is my right shin, right foot behind me, left foot in front of you in that little half lotus. And then grab either your small towel or your medium-sized towel. I'm going to scoot a little bit to the edge of my mat. So you want to have lots of space out to your left. Left hand is planted on your towel. Square your hips off, reach the right arm out to the side. Keep the shoulder heavy, bring the right arm up by your ear. And we're going to side bend to the left, keeping the right hip really heavy. Inhale here. And exhale, drag it back in. We'll keep the arm lifted. Think of going up first and then over. And exhale back up. And just go to your spot where it feels right for you. Just kind of explore the movement. We'll do that 2 more times. One of our goals of class today is just to move the spine in as many planes as possible. We're going to stay over when we get here. We'll rotate to our towel. I should use my bigger one. And then we're going to square the shoulders and chest off. The hip can lift a little bit. And we're going to start to reach the towel away as the chest drops down. And then pull it in as you lift your heart up, like you're trying to reach your chest through your shoulders. Use your exhale to lower. And inhale to lengthen up from the crown of the head up to the tail or down to the tail. 2 more. Draw your ribs in and keep pulling them in as you lift your heart. 1 more. I'm going to stay down 1 more time. Think of going down about 50% of the way, whatever the heck that feels like. And then extend your right leg back behind you. We're going to find a spot where we can hover the back leg. Now the trick is the lower you are, the easier it is. So find a spot where you feel challenged to lift the leg, but you can lift it. Now we're just going to lift and tap. Trying to square the upper body off with the floor and squeezing that right cheek to lift the leg. Again, higher up, more aggressive, lower down, more accessible. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee back in. We'll turn the face back towards center. Come out of it like you went into it. And counter stretch over your right leg. And then we'll get the other side. Let's make sure you got space to your right to slide. It's basically like we're on a reformer, same thing. So square the hips off as much as you can. Right hand on the mat, left arm out. Bring the left arm up. Reach up and then over as you side bend. And exhale back up. And then we all have obviously different bodies and different ways our body likes to kind of move. Notice if you want to turn in, this is kind of where I want to go, but I want to try to stay square. So rather my body wants to go one way, but I'm trying to keep it square. Also just notice if one side gives you more range than the other. If one side kind of feels a little bit squishy or crunchy. Let's do that 1 more time. We'll stay over when we get there. Up and then over. Rotate to the floor. Again, let the shoulders square. That back left hip can lift. Reach the towel and let the armpits drop. And then exhale, inhale to lift up. And exhale back down. Inhale, lifting up. Should feel some work in your triceps too as you drag the towel in. And we'll do that 1 more full range. Inhale, stretch your heart up. Exhale down, find your spot where when you extend the leg, you can lift it if it's easy, come up higher. And then little lift and tap. And this side feels completely different for me than the other, so just again, be aware of what your body does. Keep pulling the belly up away from the bottom thigh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend it back in, take it up, rotate back to center, and rise up. Take your counter stretch. Oh, it should feel really nice. And then we'll come back up. You can set the towel aside for now. We'll find our feet forward on the mat. Let's have them all the way together in parallel. Flex the feet like crazy. Reach the arms forward, sit up super duper tall. Start to curl your tail under and roll it down. We're gonna go all the way to the mat. Forward. At the bottom, let the head be heavy. Arms can reach behind your head. Let the ribs sort of flare open here. Then as the arms come forward, the ribs soften down. Inhale, the head comes up. Exhale, peel yourself up. Try not to come up like a zombie, like I just did. Flex the feet more at the top. Keep reaching your heels forward as your abs are pulling back. Let the shoulders soften. You can always grab onto your legs. Don't feel like that's a cheat, especially if it helps your form stay good. You can always soften the knees a bit if you have a tight low back. And inhale, head. Exhale, roll it up. If at any point you want to make it more aggressive, the whole way up, the arms stay higher by your ears. Same with the way down. Big inhale. Exhale, peel up. Oh, that was not a good one. And lengthen it forward. And just a couple more, kind of going at your own pace. Big breaths to move. And if this is not feeling good on your back, go to a range where it does, where maybe you go up 75% down and then all the way up. Wherever you're at, we'll get one more in. Roll it down, down, down. And bring it up, up, up. Step it forward. We're gonna go right into our spine stretch forward. So it kind of helps if you move your bum cheeks out of the way. Oh, I forgot we need a prop. So grab either small towel, big towel, doesn't really matter too much. And we're gonna open the legs as wide, I'll kind of turn a little bit, as wide as you possibly can, comfortably. Move your cheeks out of the way so you're right on top of your sitting bones. And then you'll take the towel and put it just right in between your legs. Hands are on the towel, right in line with your shoulders. Flex the feet like crazy. That'll help kind of release the hips a bit. And then push down into your hands to lift up tall. And we're gonna keep our spine tall, so this might not be very big. You start to reach your towel away as you hinge forward. Only going as far as you don't start to round. So where you're sending your tail way back away from you. And then drag it in, stack up tall. Push down into your hands to sit tall. Stay tall as you hinge forward. And if you're really tight like me, maybe your hinge is not very far, you can always add a soft bend to the knees. That'll give you a little more space to hinge further forward. But going for length in the spine rather than how far forward you can get your body. And then you push down into your hands to rebuild. Do that just 2 more times. Squeeze your bottom to bring you back up. 1 more. And back up too tall. We're gonna grab that towel and we'll do a little bit of our short box work from the reformer. So let's have our legs straight out in front of us all the way together. And move the cheeks out of the way. And then hold your towel so it's about the width of your shoulders. And then we're gonna go to our hinge first. So we'll bring the towel overhead, it's slightly in front of us. And I want you to feel like you're pulling it apart left to right, and that'll help you find your back a bit more. We'll turn a little bit more. So sitting up really, really tall, we're just hinging back in one piece. Inhaling, and then exhale, hinge back up, stop right at 90. Inhale, lengthen away, squeeze your seat to come up. Keep moving. So you want to make sure as you move that you take your tail with you. Sometimes people will leave their pelvis here, and then we're just arching back. So you want to go back with your pelvis, with your spine. Instead of leaving it here, everything comes back. And it doesn't need to be big to be effective. Reach and then grow tall as you come up. 3 more. Inhale, take your ribs with you. Exhale up. 2 more. Squeeze your bottom. And either have the feet pointed or flexed, just make them be really active. Last one. Exhale up, round over your legs for a moment. And then we're gonna find our twist reach. So it might not be very big because we don't have our strap. Arms back. Again, feel like you're pulling it apart left to right. We'll start with a little prep. We're just gonna rotate our rib cage to the right and center. Rib cage to the left and center. As you're moving, think of your waistline doing the twisting, not the arms, not the head. The head just comes along like you're just one solid piece. And 1 more to the right, center, 1 more to the left, center. Now we're gonna add our hinge. We twist to the right, stay twisted as you hinge back. Exhale, twisted as you come up. Find center, twist to the left, hinge back, stay twisted as you hinge out. It's really hard to talk and do this. Twist, hinge, exhale up, twist, reach, and up. Keep moving. Make it more about how much you can rotate your ribs rather than how far back you can go. And just like in the other one, make sure your pelvis doesn't stay, it goes with you. And let's just pick up the pace now. We twist, reach, exhale up, twist, reach, exhale up. 2 more per side. Twist, lengthen up. 1 more to the right. Last one to the left. And center, round over your legs. If it's long enough, you can even bring your towel behind your feet and give it a little pull. You reach your heels away. Let the shoulders just round forward for a sec. And then let them drop and send your tail back. Find your long spine. And then rebuild your spine. We'll find ourselves lying back down because it's time for our ab series. So lie down. Hug the knees into the chest, little rock side to side to release the low back. Scooch a little bit. We're gonna try and power through our first 3 without stopping. If you need to stop, totally stop, because no one is judging you. And you can always put the head down too. Try to keep the legs and arms moving. Keep a hold of the back of your thighs. Use them to help you lift your head, neck, and shoulders up really high. And just hang out here for a sec. So while you're here, you should be able to come up high enough that there's no neck tension. If you feel your neck, it's probably because it's hanging back here. So you want to get the shoulders high. And then we try to stay that high. Both hands on your right knee. Left leg reaches long. Right hand to the right ankle on the outside. Pull the right knee in more and reach the left leg longer. And let's switch. And switch. Elbows are wide to the side. And the whole time your belly button is pulling in and scooping up towards your back bra line. Or in between the shoulder blades if there's any guys. And here's your breath. We inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1 more per leg. Hug the knees in, curl a little bit higher so there's no neck tension. Double leg stretch, arms and legs reach away. Circle and hug. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, sink in deeper into your curl. Your head and chest stay still as the arms and legs move. 2 more at this pace. 1 more. And now we're just going to play with our flow a little bit. Curl up deeper. Inhale, stretch away. Hold 3, 2, 1. Come in for 3, 2, 1. Press it out. Hold 3, 2, 1. Drag it in slow. 2 more like that. You'll take your legs to a height where you're not arching your back, where you can keep your neutral pelvis. Last one. Hold 3, 2, 1. Come in slow, slow, slow. Lower it down. I lied, we're gonna take a break before we get our third one. If your neck's bothering you at all, turn the head side to side. We just have one more where their neck is not supported. Use the back of the thighs. Lift up into your deep curl and try and soften the neck. 2 legs up to the sky. Hold on to the back of the right leg, just not behind the knee, either above or below. Reach the left leg long. Take a second there and get both legs super straight. I don't need it to come in here if it's bent. Maybe it's further away, but you want it straight. From here, pull the leg in more to curl up a little bit higher. And then let's give it 2 pulls. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, switch. Think of really engaging your quad to pull the knee up into it. That'll help keep it straight and keep it from locking out or hyperextending. And now just singles. Switch, switch. Keep getting higher and higher off your shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug it in, lower the head. Number 4. 2 options. Hands in a little diamond shape under your tail if you want low back support. You should be able to wiggle your fingers past your bum. Or hands behind your head if you want neck support. Either way, legs come to tabletop. Big inhale, prepare. Exhale, curl up by closing the ribs in. 2 legs up to the sky, Pilates V. So heels are touching, toes apart. Inhale, we lower the legs. Pause, belly pulls in more. Exhale, back up to 90. Inhale down, look at your abs, try to pull them away from the shirt more. And right back up. Keep moving. When you come up, a lot of times people kind of swing the legs up. See how slow you can drag them up. That's where you really get the heat. You can always put the head down if you want. Still getting plenty of ab work. And then reach the legs further away every time for 4. Inhale, lengthen, belly pulls in. Exhale up, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees, lower the head. Little rock side to side for a sec. Last one, use your legs. Close the ribs to curl up as high as you can off your shoulders. Interlace the fingers, no poking of the head. Really clasp them. And let's finish with our crisscross, twisting to one side and the other. Elbows are not part of the equation. You're trying to bring your armpit over to your knee. So think of where your armpits are and reach them. But the pelvis stays really still, so we're not rocking from left to right with the hips. They're evenly weighted. And really stretch the legs away from one another. We've got 4. We're going to make this a little bit different to finish. 3, 2, whatever side you're on, stay there. Pulse up for 4, 3, 2, 1, switch. 4, 3, 2, 1, switch. 3, 2, 1, switch. 3, 2, 1, switch. 2, 1, switch. 2, 1, singles for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Extend the legs long. Reach the arms overhead. Let the ribs just flare open. Get that stretch in your belly. And then bring the arms forward. Let the ribs get heavy. Anchor the feet down. On your inhale breath, lift the head. Exhale if you need support. I think I do. Roll it up to tall. We're going to flip over onto your belly. So we'll start with the hands on the mat right underneath your shoulders. Your legs are open about hip width. Tops of the feet are heavy. You can rest your forehead down. I'll keep putting mine up so you can actually hear me. Have your elbows hugging in towards you. And then you're curling your tail under. So we're trying to kind of eliminate that arch. So you're curling under. It's getting as long as you can in the low back. These first few will go small. So head stays heavy. And just make the hands really light. We're going to try to not use the hands in the beginning. They're just there. And on your inhale breath, start to lift your head and your chest. And it's pretty small. I'm just trying to basically reverse curl. Pick your face up so your eyes are looking straight ahead. And then roll it back down. Again, hands are light, belly button is lifting in. Pick your head up, your shoulders up. Use your upper back muscles to lift you up. And use your upper back muscles to lower you down. One more like that. Squeeze your bottom to keep the back supported. And back down. And now we're going to use the arms a bit. So again, elbows are hugging in. First, start by using your upper back to lift you up. When you find your point that you can't go anymore, then you start to use the arms to lift up to where your highest point is, whatever that feels good. And then you're going to lower down to your point where you can really kind of let the arms stop working. And you use your upper back muscles to lower you down. We'll do that again. Just the back works to lift you up. When you find your spot, then you use the arms to lift you up more. Use the arms to lower you till you find your spot where the arms can just kind of get light and stop helping. Do that 2 more times. Upper back folds you up, pick your face up, and then start to use the arms. You decide how high. Use the arms until you don't need them anymore. And then use your back to bring you down. And just one more. Upper back does the work first. Pick up your face, your eyes. Use your arms. Use your arms to control, and then you find your spot where you're like, I don't need the arms help anymore. And you roll it all the way down. Find a child's pose. Knees wide. Let your tail settle. Maybe a little rock side to side. And then we'll set up for our side kick series. If you have ankle weights, you can always plop those on too. So we'll start with the left elbow right underneath the left shoulder. So we're super lifted. Essentially, we're in a side plank because maybe eventually we will be in a side plank. So just preparing you for that. Your elbow and hip are in one line. We're going to start by bringing the top leg into, or bottom leg into a little 90-degree tabletop. And then top hand either to the hip or behind the head. Reach the top leg really long out, straight out of the hip. And we're just going to lift and tap. Lift and tap. And we're not here, right? We're lifted up. And the worst place for this bottom shoulder to be is forward and up. So we want to roll it down and back. Check in with the ribs that they're not just exploding out. And we want to avoid too much of this happening. So it's essentially just the leg. But let's add the arm too as it reaches away. Arm and leg separate. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll hold it up on 1. We're going to twist towards that leg and just little pulses up of the leg. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. We're going to bring our legs together in our tabletop. Again, lift up. You shouldn't feel much pressure on this arm if you're really using your waistline. Heels are together. We're just going to find our clam. Your toes will separate as the knees separate and go just to a hover. Lift and hover. Then check in with this hip. If you go too far, the hip rolls back, right? So we're just going to our point where the hips stay stacked. Just that femur head massaging in the hip socket. And we've got 4, 3, keep pushing the mat away with your bottom arm. 2, 1, lower it down. We've got just one more in this series before we lift up. So we're gonna find our top leg hovering, hip height, hip, knee, and foot, all in that relatively same line. Stretch the leg long, bend it into 90. Now, for my reformer people, imagine that you're on your reformer, right? We're propped up against the shoulder blocks and just our top foot is on the foot bar. Find that tension. We've got 3 heavy red springs on, right? Push away And then resist the pull of your springs on the in. As you push the foot bar away, pull your abs up. And then keep that pull up even as the knee drags in. 4, 3, 2, stretch it out one last time. Bring it in just about halfway. And again, like we're on the reformer, we're doing our little pulses. Find that tension, squeeze into your cheek. 4, push away those heavy springs. 3, 2, 1, bend it on in. This will be short and sweet, I promise. You can either keep the legs stacked or separate them. You're gonna stretch them out, and we're in our side plank. Either stacked with the feet or one in front of the other. We're just holding and breathing. You can always bring your top hand down, or if you want a little support of the shoulder, your top foot comes down. You're still getting lots of work in the side of the waist. And we're just breathing, and we're almost out of this. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, hug the knees in. Let's take a little twist. Maybe rotate, look towards your back toes and center. And then other side. And it's almost time for our standing work. So set yourself up again in that nice long diagonal. Bottom leg is in. Both sides of your waist are even. Hand can go to the head, the hip. And find that shoulder going back and down. And we lift and tap. And then be mindful of where your head is. Sometimes we're like, just letting it chill out, right? But that's a lot of extra weight pulling on your neck. So you want to try and keep it right in line with your spine as best as possible. Find that little squeeze under your right armpit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start to arc the arm into the mix. Exhale, lift. Squeezing that left cheek. Hopefully feeling the work in that top left outer hip and in your glute med, that little side of your tush. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. It's going to stay lifted. We rotate to look towards the leg, little lifts up. Push the floor away more. Can you get the weight of the leg in the pelvis? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend it in, both legs to that little tabletop. That gets crunchy on the hips. You can always have the feet a little bit further back. Otherwise, we've got our clam. Oh, this is my tight hip. If you need it nicer, you kind of make it a little bit wider. The kind of narrower it is, the meaner it gets, depending on your level of openness in the hips. Go back to the nice long line, the open collarbones, and the lift through the right waistline. Preparing it for our side plank coming up. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. And then we lift it up to that hover. It's 90 degrees. Before you push away, find that idea in your head of your foot against the foot bar, those heavy springs. Push it away. Resist it back in. Or I've said this before, like there's a boulder under your heel and you're pushing your boulder away. And then it's trying to slide back downhill and you got to resist it. As you push it away, pull your belly up. And breathe, of course. And every time you push it, get it a little bit longer. 4 more. Get the reformer springs a little longer. 3, 2, on 1, reach it long, bring it in just about halfway. Go slow, out an inch, in an inch. Get 6, 5, 4, create that tension in your mind and then in your body. 3, 2, 1, bend it in. I'm gonna do a little counter stretch before we go to plank because my side was just crinking at me. And then find your forearm down again. Reach the legs long, either stack them or one in front of the other. You can always use your top hand, push it up, find your plank. Shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip, ribs drawing in, and head right on the spine. Again, if you did, you can always plant the top foot down, maybe top hand behind your head or up to the sky. Squeeze the inner thighs, breathe. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. One more counter twist to the other side. I don't know why I always save the hardest stuff for last, but that's the way it works. So we're gonna grab our 2 small towels. Can always be bigger towels that are just folded. And depending on the texture of your mat, this might be really, really hard. It might be just medium hard. So you can always scooch off your mat if you have like a wood floor. That makes it a lot nicer. Mine is not so nice, but we'll see what I can do. So we're gonna have the towels under both feet. Hands right under the shoulders, like you're gonna go into a plank, because you are. We'll do it really intentionally though. Elbows are soft. Push into the mat. Right leg reaches back, left leg reaches back. Hold it there. So make sure you're not locked out. Your elbows are soft. Tail is tucked. Just your right knee, drag it in. Stretch it back. Left knee. Start slow with it. As you drag the leg in, feel like it gets really, really light, right? So it's light on the towel. Maybe you start to pick up the pace. Maybe the legs even pass each other. And don't forget to breathe. Let's go for 8, 7, hips are really still. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2 straight legs, knees come down, child's pose, and breathe. This also can be done on your forearms if your wrists are starting to bother you. But the more that you can push the mat away, less wrist stuff. My hands are getting sweaty. So we're gonna do same, but different. So same setup, hands under the shoulders, soft elbows. One leg goes back, other one joins it. Glue the legs and feet together. And now from here, you may have to put a little more weight forward. Both knees come in, both knees go out. Exhale in, inhale out. If that's not fun, go back to the one leg at a time. Your booty is slightly higher than in your natural plank. You get 4, 3, 2, and 1. Child's pose. Oh yeah, that one was hard. And breathe. And we've got our grand finale here to finish. This one I like to use the bigger towel, but you can always do the 2. The 2 can make it harder, but it can also just make it more confusing or sloppy. The towel is towards the back of the mat. I might just do one and then I'll watch you guys do the rest. So let's find our feet all the way together on the mat, or on the towel rather. Hands under the shoulders, soft elbows. Press it out long into your plank. And now drop your head, look at your toes. You're gonna lift the hips up to drag your tail in and back out. So towel comes in, booty goes up. Doesn't have to be big to be effective. I'm gonna move to the wood floor because that makes it so much nicer for me. You've got a wood floor or something solid and slippery. Million times better, but still super hard. Let's get 4. Big exhale, lift. 3, 2, and 1. Find your child's pose. Let the tail get heavy on the mat. Walk your hands over to the left. Let the right hip get a little heavier. Through center to the right, left hip gets heavier. Slow the breathing down. And then find center. You'll stand up again. I don't have all the space. I'll come up to my knees. And that moves everything. So stand up tall, have your feet hip width and parallel. Knees are softened, just like in the very beginning of class. Just shift a little more weight to one foot without picking up the other. And then a little bit more weight to the side. And then find your happy spot right in between both feet, evenly weighted. Same thing, lean a little bit more weight to your toes, a little bit more weight to the heels. And find your happy spot right in between. Knees are soft, inhale, arms come up, let the ribs open up. Just the arms press down. Once the arms are down, nod the chin, let the weight of the head pull your spine forward. Hang heavy at the bottom. Stay at the bottom, grab opposite elbows and just sway the upper body side to side. Find center, let the arms dangle, gently shake your head no. Gently nod your head yes. Go slow with it, but maybe make it really big. And then let the head hang and just find stillness there in your forward fold. And just check in with yourself, notice what's going on with the body. If anything hopefully feels maybe a little bit more open, maybe you feel a little more connected into your body. And just kind of notice and appreciate. And then soften your knees a little bit more. Take a big inhale. And on 8 counts, that's how slow you'll start to roll up. For 8, squeeze your bottom. 7, 6, take time, make space between the bones. 4, pull your waist back. 3, stack the shoulders over the hips. 2, on 1, head comes up at the top. 3, big dramatic shoulder rolls to the back. 2, 1, let the arms be heavy and smile. And breathe, and you guys are all done. Let me come forward and unmute y'all. If you have any questions, where are we at? Unmute all. Well, I've unmuted. If you muted yourself, you'll have to unmute if you want to talk. But hopefully everything felt okay. Let me know if you have any questions. I've also been asking if you have any requests for classes that you want to see, maybe more cardio based or more stretchy or shorter classes, just kind of pass it out there because I've got nothing but time. And then this is always awkward, but because I am out of work, like a lot of people, donations are always appreciated, but not required. But if you do, I use Venmo and it's just Jess Osikowski. But you can always text me or message me or email me, but either way, it's really nice having everybody in class. And
how do you spell your last name? I couldn't find you on Monday on Venmo.
Oh, okay. It's OSEKOWSKY.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, but yeah, if you guys have any, also if like any time requests, because I know 11 o'clock can be like a weird time, especially if you're working from home or you got kids. But yeah, and also I've been sending out the recordings to people that can't make it, so you can always shoot me a message and I'll send it over to you.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do this next week as well?
Yeah, as long as this keeps going, I'll be here. Yeah.
Awesome. So are you gonna change the times, do you think, or is it gonna stay at 11?
For now at 11, unless I get like overwhelming, like everyone wants a different time. But yeah, so far 11 has seemed to work out well.
Awesome.
And also
Well,
I'm not really a morning person, so if I don't have to wake up early, but yeah, I'm open to whatever.
I'm with you. No, I appreciate it very much. I look forward to it every day now and just making
I love
sure
it. Thank you.
it's something to stay connected and
yeah,
get my blood flowing. So I appreciate it.
And have people to talk to other than the few people that are in the house with you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Jess.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks, everybody.
Great.
Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.